So I got a shift here in Pittsburgh, driving food delivery, a true multi-apping shift, driving Grubhub, DoorDash, and Uber Eats, and actually taking orders on all of those apps. But you saw this shift actually had multiple records. Now, stand to the end of the video because one of these records, I pretty much guarantee it's going to surprise you. All right, multi-apping here, driving on different apps at the same time to select the best order for you. And we're tackling what? The dinner rush right now. So we're trying to capitalize on maybe an uptick here in busy apps. We can see what Uber Eats is doing here. And again, dinner rush, it's right after 5 p.m. here. So we have a $5.75 surge bonus. That's a per delivery bonus. But it starts to cool down a little bit later here. Still no order requests, and we can see kind of variable here. That's one of the things with Uber Eats, of course, a changing variable bonus. Okay, well, this one on Uber Eats here, 5:26, across the bridge, 30 minutes, 3.4 miles. You're going to have to come back into a busy zone or a power strip. Pretty easy there, decline. But the next one from DoorDash, you can see here at Papa John's, I need you to really take a look at this because it's just 0.9 miles and it's $7.15. That's an auto accept, right? Well, not quite. Let's give this one pause here because look at the dollars to time ratio. How much time is this going to take? So yeah, dollars to mile, how much am I getting paid for the miles driven? That seems like a no-brainer. But how much do you trust the time? It says deliver by 6:05 and it's only 5:27. So that's interesting. Think about what do you put more trust in? The dollars to time ratio that, yeah, it's going to take like 35 minutes or so for $7, which means you double it with a similar order. Now you're just making $14, $15 an hour. That's not what we want. We want $25 an hour. Or do you kind of go with market expertise? You say, hey, this location, it usually isn't that bad. I don't really trust that dollars a time. I'm going to roll the dice. I think it's going to take less than that. I'm going to accept this one. What do you do there? This is a tricky one. Let's decline this one just because of the time, but share your thoughts down below to take a look at this one from Uber Eats. Another sub $5 order here. It's $4.75. Yes, it's 15 minutes. It's 1.8 miles. It's from Chipotle, which can be tricky here. We really want to go for higher dollar orders, $7 to $10+. Let's decline this one. Okay, so close to our minimum of the $7 threshold. This one from Panera, it's $6.75, but really the key here is it passes the dollars to mile, just 0.8 miles. That's fantastic, keeping us in a hot zone here. And the dollars to time here, it's a 5:41 delivery, currently 5:29. Not too bad there. It's interesting because it comes down to how willing are you to roll the dice on time? Because one of the most valuable things when you're driving food delivery or most any app here, it's time because you want to finish and get on to the next assignment, right? So yeah, let's take this one. And I guess any risk on this one, it did pay off. That order was immediately ready. So would it have been immediately ready at that former Papa John's order? We don't know. Again, this is a true multi-apping shift, driving on all of the food delivery apps. So it's time for Grubhub here. A pretty easy order. It's market fresh for $7.74. Now, what do you see that stands out on this one? Take a look here. There's something massive in this order. It is, of course, the mileage estimate. This is a first that we're seeing here in Pittsburgh. We've seen it in other marketplaces. Grubhub showing the estimated miles. That is massive for you as a driver to make an educated decision. Let us know right now in the comments. Are you seeing that as well? That is very big. But hold on here. Let's zoom in for $7.74. That's a pretty good payout. It doesn't seem very far, right? But I have a feeling that yes, market fresh is not market fresh. It's a VR, as it says in the screenshot. a virtual restaurant. It's actually Arby's. And yeah, we've had problems with this Arby's in the past. Again, when we talk about rolling the dice on taking a risk, not willing to take a risk on this one. All right, that was Grubhub. Let's audible back to Uber Eats here. This time for $19.05 on a stacked order. This is why you want a multi-app. You want to compare and contrast. There's bonuses. Again, this is the dinner rush. This is when it typically is the busiest in most any marketplace. So it's a stacked order that both pay almost $10 each here for a total time of just 17 minutes. For 4.4 miles. Again, tricky on the time here. This one certainly did not take 17 minutes with a small, or I guess a moderate wait at Shady Grove. After that order, this standard order from V3 Grubhub, it's $10.02. Now that is a good payout. And again, we see the miles here. That is awesome on Grubhub. Just 1.7 miles, a fantastic dollars to mile ratio. So now it's time for basically record number one. I guess it's kind of a record. That's what we're calling it here because you need to see this. Check out what we got next. So Casa Brazil on Grubhub, of course, for $22.02 for a single order at 3.2 miles. That is clearly exceptional. I mean, any order that's $15 plus, that's a stellar order as long as it's a solid dollars to mile ratio as well. Okay, I guess it makes sense just to roll into the next record here. Let's take a look. Slice on Broadway for $9.64, 1.7 miles. Okay, looks pretty decent. All right, nice. We got a add-on order here, same restaurant, which is good. Don't got to drive anywhere else for $6.80 additional pay and just 0.8 miles. Okay, pretty good. So the bonus on this one doesn't have to do with the dollars to mile ratio. It doesn't have to do with the dollars to time ratio. Doesn't even have to do with the restaurant or the total overall payout. But it does have to do with time. Specifically, wait time, which was, I'll just say, absolutely ridiculous at this restaurant and kind of further supplants this restaurant into that possible blacklist that you keep in your marketplace of restaurants who are consistently not on the ball. So let me ask you, what is a bad wait time? Would you wait 10 minutes? 15 minutes. Now, obviously you can cancel. On Grubhub, it's a little bit more of an inconvenience. Maybe that's a strategy from them. I don't know, but you got to call support. You got to manually speak to a rep here and state why you need to cancel here. And remember, this is a stacked order. So there's 2 orders that we're waiting on. So there's not a wait of 15 minutes or 20 minutes or 30 minutes. There was a wait at this restaurant for probably 35, I wouldn't be surprised if it was 40 minutes. Now, please never do that. I never advise waiting that long. This is just kind of a wonderful game we play here to see what the longest wait time is. Now, again, don't wait that long. I would cancel on any platform. You're allowed to do that within reason. I'd say after 15 minutes, you really need to make that call. But yeah, that situation definitely makes sense. And yeah, it's pretty draining on the morale to keep waiting and waiting and waiting. But even regardless of this stacked order, it was very busy here. So let's take a look at the numbers. So this shift here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania was from 5:15 p.m. until 8 p.m. The total gross revenue was $48.48 from Grubhub, $23.26 from Uber Eats, and $6.75 from DoorDash, equaling $78.49. That is actually pretty good. And the entire time, the whole shift, including the wait time, was included in this. And still, the gross revenue per hour was still $28.54. I'd say record numbers are, $30 plus. Those are exceptional nights, but still, very solid even with that long wait. 7 deliveries were completed during this shift. 7 customers tipped as well, with an average tip of $6.98. And that was kind of a record as well, with some really high tips. We're talking like $11 and a $17 tip. Business miles here, 13.3, which equals, again, kind of another record here, $5.90 paid out per mile. And the tax deduction here, $7.45. And pretty much all of the apps are busy here. We're seeing bonus pay on basically all of them. Now, we're tracking, is it getting busier, especially now as we're rolling into Q4? And we're following, just consumer behaviors, students coming back with colleges and universities. And I'm seeing in your comment section that drivers are saying, yeah, it's getting busier. And then other comments saying, no, it's not getting busier. So let me know your thoughts down below. Is it getting busier? And maybe are you hitting some record numbers without the long wait? Record numbers like this. So if you got a value in this video, definitely drop me a like. And you can also click or tap screen here for my newest video, as well as a video recommended for you. And I'll see you in the next one.